Hi everyone, welcome to Fun Fold Friday. For those of you who don't know me, you might be watching me for the first time. My name is Lisa Cunningham and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator out of Rio Rancho, New Mexico. So every Friday I post a video at 12 o'clock with a fun fold card for you. And on Wednesdays at 6 o'clock p.m. I go live and I'll do a project with you. It could be either a card or a 3-day project, like a box, a treat holder, something. So you could always find me on my Facebook business page, or you can watch the replays on YouTube. So I have a bunch of announcements. This week the catalog went live, the new May, let me grab it. May through August catalog. So there's a bunch of fun product in here. So today's fun fold, we're going to use some of the designer series paper, some accents, some paper accents, and the Bordered in Beauty bundle. But first of all, my announcements. I have my paper shares. I have some of the paper shares ready to go. So if you want a sampling of all the papers in the catalog, there's 15 different collections of paper. I have them all labeled for you with the product number and the number of sheets. Some of them are less because they're specialty papers. Like there's the velveteen, there's only 3 sheets, but 1 of each color. And anyway, so you're gonna get a total of 80 sheets of 6x6 paper. Like I said, they're all packaged separately, so you'll know 15 different collections, and it's $43, and it includes shipping. I will ship them to you. So if you would like one, just let me know, and I will get it to you. You can email me, you can comment below, and just let me know. So I have a class, it's a note card class, and you'll make 10 note cards. And in this class, you're gonna be using the ephemera packs. So these are 2 new ones that came out in the catalog, the Sincerely Noted and the Under the Sun. So you'll get half a package of each of these, which is 3 sheets from each. And then you'll get a package of the Sunset Sparkle sequence, because you're going to use those. And you'll get a package of note cards and envelopes that has 20 note cards with the envelopes. Although I'm going to show you how to make 10 of them. So let me show you the cards. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So these are like all occasion cards. It's nice to have on hand. You need a card, you're going to have one already ready for you. You'll also get the PDF tutorial that has the instructions on how to make each card. So like I said, you're going to make 10 of them, and you'll have 10 extras left over, and you'll have plenty of designer series paper. You're going to get the designer series paper to go with half a pack of the designer series paper. And so you'll have plenty of leftovers to make some more cards. This class is $58 because it's to go. You're going to get all the Stampin' Up! Product. You're going to have priority shipping. And the deadline for this will be May 16th. You can do the PDF only, which is $15, and that'll be emailed to you on May 17th. So if you have any questions about this class, let me know. And if you want today's, something fell, oh, paperclip. If you want the PDF for today's project and measurements with all the products, just join my email list. So, I forgot. Yesterday was the last day to register for the May Let's Create Craft Kit. So now I have June's Let's Create Craft Kit. And for this kit, I'm going to use the Splash and Relax bundle. Look at how adorable this is. Perfect for summer. I just love what the little dies do. So cute. So you'll need that bundle, but we're going to make 4 cards and a 3D project. So here's one of the cards. Here's another one. Another one. And another one. And wait till you see this one. Here's the 3D project. Super cute, right? And it's got a little tube of sunscreen, which will be included in your kit as well. So with that, you're going to get your 5 project packets. You're going to get a pack of the sequins, the same sequins. I love these Sunset Sparkle sequins. You're going to get these in your packet, in your kit. And then a spool of the new Hydrangea Hue ribbon. And then you'll get a half a pack of the Paper Medley Designer Series paper. Mine's all chopped up and everything because I used it. But you'll get a half a pack of that as well. So for that, that's $45. It includes the shipping to your house. And like I said, the 5 project packets, over $25 in Stampin' Up! Product. And you'll get a PDF tutorial along with a video tutorial, so you can watch a video of me putting them together. Because sometimes it's hard to put instructions into words. I do the best that I can, but a lot of times a video is better. So you get both of those with that class. All right, I guess that is it for my announcement. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with today's fun fold. So this is a pretty simple fold, but I'm going to use these border dies. We're going to be using the Bordered in Beauty bundle. I am using this die and then the butterfly dies, and we're going to stamp the butterflies onto the in color pearlized paper, and I'm using Crisp Cantaloupe, I believe. Here are the measurements. So you can do a screenshot if you'd like. Otherwise, if you're on my email list, you'll be getting this PDF. We're also using the Sending Salutation. Since there is no sentiments in the Bordered in Beauty, I'm going to use this one to a marvelous person on their birthday. A lot of nice sentiments on this one. And we're going to be using the new Basic Black Hybrid ink. For this, these are a staple in my craft room, which are the little alcohol prep pads. And I like to clean my stamp afterwards. With this, your stamps will stain. It's not like stays on. I don't know how to explain it. But I always keep those little alcohol wipes. Excuse me. We're going to use the white ink because we're going to color in some elements, and then Golden Glow. So we're going to use these, they're called Floral Flight Accents. They come like this. You get 1 sheet in this package. I already punched all mine out. So there's flowers, there's leaves, there's sprigs, there's some hearts, there's some butterflies. The ones we're using, like I said, I already pulled out. We're going to use that set of leaves, a heart, and a butterfly. So those are already pulled out. And we're going to use these dewdrops. Yep, dewdrops. They're so pretty. And we are using the Moonlit Flora Designer Series paper. I chose to use this because I had it on hand, number one, but I thought it was so pretty. So there's so many different patterns, and you know, they're all two-sided. So look at that. I think that's Berry Burst. So pretty. So I believe I have my pattern pulled out. If not, it's this one back here. But I think I have enough to do, but I'll pull that out anyway. And then, like I mentioned, we're using the In Color pearlized paper. Look, I don't even have that much anymore. But there's Peaceful Pine, Crisp Cantaloupe, Barely Blush, Hydrangea Hue, and what other color am I missing? Trying to memorize all these colors. Crisp Cantaloupe. So actually, we're using Golden Glow. I said Crisp Cantaloupe. So Barely Beige, Golden Glow, Peaceful Pine, Crisp Cantaloupe, and Hydrangea Hue. So this paper is so pretty. Let me move a bunch of stuff out of the way here so we can get started. All right, so I want to show you the Moonlit Flora is a bundle, or it's a suite of products. I only got the designer series paper and the dewdrops. There is an embossing folder, and then the Fun and Flora bundle. So really pretty. You can make some real pretty projects with this. But we're just using the designer series paper and the embellishments. Those flight accents actually go to the ordinary, beautifully ordinary bundle, which I have from the very beginning. I got it at On Stage, and I still haven't even used it. But stay tuned. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So here are our measurements. We got 5.5 soft seafoam by 7.25. Let me open my arm up. 7.25. And then we're just gonna score this at 3 inches. And then we're gonna need another one, which is 3 3/4. This is gonna be our smaller card by 3 3/4. And then just score one of the sides at a 1/2 inch. And I'm scoring 1/2 inch on this side. And that's going to be our little card. And so our designer series paper on the front is going to be 2 7/8. So 2 notches before the 3. 2 7/8 by 5 3/8. 2 notches before the 1/2. Actually, I'm going to flip this because I want those flowers on my card. So again, 5 3/8. I want that color to pop out. And then for our little card, we're using the back side. So you can just flip your paper over, and it's going to be 3 5/8. 3 5/8. 2 notches after the 1/2. By 3 1/8, 2 notches after the 3. And look, we're already there. I'm not going to try and trim that. We're pretty darn close, because usually when you have like that tiny bit, it's going to rip. Should I try it? You know what? Here's the way to do it. See, it just, I shouldn't have done it, but I wanted to show you. Excuse me. But here, we're just gonna use our snips and snip that off. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue this. These flowers are so pretty. They remind me of a California poppy. when I was in California recently, some of the poppies were already starting to bloom. Oops. And then let's go ahead and put this on our front panel. I love the poppies. They're all over California. A lot of the coastal areas have a lot of them. All right. So then now what we're going to do is this is going to just adhere right inside like so. You can use tear and tape if you like. I just have my glue out. I'm going to turn this just so that I can see better without sticking my head into the camera. And I eyeball it. You can make yours even. As you could tell, this one is smaller than this section. But it's okay, because when we close, we're going to be like so. Allergies are killing me right now. Excuse me. Let me grab some water. I am so sorry. I have had the itchy throat, runny nose, scratchy eyes. So the allergies have just been, oh my goodness, killing me. Sorry. Okay, so now let's glue. We're going to glue a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic white. And I always have these cut out. When I order a whole pack of basic white, I just cut all my inserts right away. That way I always have them on hand. And this color is light, but you don't need it. But since we have that seam there, and there is our fancy fold. So now let's get to some stamping. I keep moving that out of the way. So, oh, I forgot something. Oh, shoot. Before we put this on, we were supposed to do this. Hold on. I think I might be able to raise this a little bit. Just so that we could possibly tuck that under. Okay, I think I made a big enough gap. So, my goodness. Okay, so let's stamp our mini butterflies. And this is, again, the hybrid. And I'm just going to stamp it right onto our Golden Glow pearlized paper. And I am going to use an alcohol wipe on my stamp right away. Not sure that it really is going to make a difference. Like I said, this is going to stain, but I like to try and get off as much as I can. I do have some other alcohol. Oh, I don't have them out. I have some other pads that I use with like 90% alcohol. They're pads for fingernail like manicures and stuff, I guess, like not hygienists. My goodness. They're these little pads. They're for but I put 90% alcohol on them, and then because they're kind of like a little scrubby. I don't know how to explain it, but I got them on Amazon, and they're just because it has a little bit more scrub on them, so you could use that. But I just like to clean mine right away. All right, so back to our project. So let's get the die cutting machine, and we're gonna put our butterfly on. Do I have it the right way? No, I don't. And I'm not sure. Maybe I pressed too hard because this side my butterflies are darker. And this here is a 3/4 by 5 3/8 Golden Glow. We are going to line the tips up to the top. All right. And that is what we're going to tuck under. So you should have put that on first before the designer series paper. But I don't know what I did. I don't want to say I got ahead of myself. And since I have the die cutting machine, we're going to use this label. And I should have did that at the same time. And that is basic white, and that's 1 by 2.5 piece of basic white for that little label. Put this away. I don't think we need that anymore. But I love these borders. So where's our card? So this would have gotten adhered. Let me see. I know I'm going to make it work. I'm going to make it work. It's my border's just going to be a little bit bigger because you kind of want to cover more of this up, but I think that's about as far as I'm going to be able to squeeze it in. And I think with the glue I had in there. So just note, adhere this piece to your card base first, then put your designer series paper. But that doesn't look too bad there. And then now this is going to go over like so. And we're going to glue our butterflies. I'm going to put this way. And what I did is I just added little drops of glue because we're going to kind of let it hang over. We want it to hang over the edge and just kind of center it like so. I don't know why that butterfly is so dark. I must have pressed hard. Okay, so we're going to let those dry. That doesn't look too bad, right? And let's get our little elements here. So I wanted to make this one stand out. So what I did is I grabbed the white. I'm going to grab a scratch piece of paper. One of these days I'll be rid of the allergies, I think. So I grabbed the craft white ink, and then I'm just going to brush. And actually you can use a sponge dauber too. We're actually not going to brush. We're just going to dab it on. You can brush if you want. I just kind of wanted to make this a little different than putting the black butterfly onto a black. I wanted it to stand out more. So you can do it as dark as you want. You can do it as light as you want. Again, I just wanted it so that it wasn't black on black. If, you know, I had my glitter pins, I probably would have used a glitter pin. My in color ones, they're not here yet. So on our butterfly, I'm going to make him sparkly with the Winkostella. So just brush some Winkostella on to your butterfly. And you know what? Let's go ahead and add it to our heart. I didn't put it on my original heart, but since we got it, we're going to make that nice and sparkly as well. So, you know, the in color shimmer pins, they're in all 4 colors: hydrangea hue, Chris Cantaloupe, Barely Blush. I'm testing myself again to see if I could remember. Peaceful Pine. I will get these colors. You know, I'm going to hold this down with a clothespin just so that we could put it together. Yeah, so those shimmer pins, mine actually will be coming soon. But you know, I won't be able to play with them until I come back from my trip. All right, so we'll just glue this to here. Now our butterfly, I always like to bend mine up so that he's like flying. Obviously, when you put it in an envelope, he's gonna go flat, but I had to glue just, I might have added a wee bit too much glue. Excuse me, darn it. I'm gonna let him glue a little bit or dry. Okay, so now we're gonna use our golden glow. Let's get our heart out of the way. Golden glow ink, and to a marvelous person on their birthday. I'm gonna stamp this off for a sec. Not too bad, because these were very juicy when I got them, and so they were kind of Stampin' blotchy. Let's try that again. Good thing there's always two sides to paper, right? For some reason, it doesn't look like birthday's getting ink on it. Trying not to stick my head in the camera view here. That's not really any better. Again, because I'm trying not to. But you know what? We're going to go with that for now, and I will change it later. So this, we're going to use dimensionals. Which one's better? That one's too light. I got my new pack of dimensionals. Should I cut another one instead of doing it later? I am all over the place, right? Hold on, because I think I have some white here that I can use. And we're just going to cut another one real quick. I gotta scrape all those pieces off after. Okay, let's hope I get this one right. If I can get everything off and out of the way. All right, let's try this again. Where did I do? Oh, good thing I had that clip. I had that stuck right on the stamp. Okay, let me see. What am I doing wrong? I want to make sure I'm still on the camera. It looks like it's okay. But when I'm stamping, it doesn't. There, much better. Let's get our dimensionals that I had already pulled out. And these things are sticking to me. You know, here in New Mexico, we're so dry that we get so much static. All right, so there is that. Now we're going to add some of our dewdrops. I'm going to use some white ones on our butterfly. My poor, I'm going to use a big one at the top of him. And then a couple of small ones. Because we want to make him blingy. As if his, Winkastella doesn't make him blingy enough. Now look, I added the green ones here, which are Old Olive. Let's see what you guys think. Should I have gone with white? Do you think white is better? Let's add the white, and then you could decide seeing the other card as well. Or I shouldn't call these white, I guess clear. But then we have clear on all of them. I could have put the green on the butterfly. But that is that. So we're not done yet, because we're going to stamp the inside and we're going to glue our heart. And I added just glue to the 1/2 because it's going to stick. It's not going to go anywhere. I just wanted to add a heart. You know what? There was another, there was a smaller butterfly that in that package. Where did I do with my pack? Hold on. that you could put inside. I tell you guys, I'm all over the place. There's even smaller hearts. There's smaller ones. Where's the smaller butterfly? Here we go. So you could put a butterfly inside if you like. But look, these things, see, or you could put flowers. Again, this coordinates with the Ordinary Life bundle, I believe it's called. Still trying to figure this stuff out. Look at this big one. And just pretty. So I wanted to use them on today's project. Once I get those in color pins, I think I am going to try using them and see how much of the color will show up. So now on the inside, we're just going to put Cheers to You, oops, which is a little tiny stamp. I'm going to keep stamping off. I want to make sure that, see, that looks blotchy to me. Cheers to You, just a little tiny stamp. I got something there, probably glue. These adhesive things are the best, and I do have them in my adhesive kits for free to you. All right, so there is today's card. So look, do you guys like the white